Are you unknowingly eating your way toward kidney failure? Every year, over 130,000 people in the United States start dialysis. Every year, families are shattered by the news that their loved one needs to be hooked up to a machine 3 times a week just to stay alive. Every year, thousands of people lose their independence, their energy, and their hope because their kidneys finally gave up. But here's the truth that most doctors never tell you until it's too late. Many of these people could have avoided dialysis entirely with just one simple change: what they ate. If you have kidney issues, even if your numbers are just slightly elevated, even if your doctor says you're borderline, certain foods are silently pushing you closer to kidney failure every single day. And the scariest part, you may not feel a thing until it's too late. Your kidneys might be drowning in potassium right now, struggling to filter out the excess, slowly shutting down, and you have no idea it's happening. You're going about your daily life while your kidneys are screaming for help in a language you don't understand. But here's the hope that could change everything. Managing potassium through diet can help lower creatinine, slow GFR decline, and protect your kidneys from the overload that leads to dialysis. One wrong bite can spike potassium and damage your filtering units, but the right food can do the opposite. Today, I'm revealing the top 10 best low-potassium foods that aren't just kidney safe, they're powerful enough to help you avoid dialysis entirely. These aren't exotic or hard-to-find items that cost a fortune. They're everyday foods backed by solid science and trusted by kidney experts worldwide. If you're serious about protecting your kidneys, lowering creatinine naturally, and holding on to your kidney function as long as possible, you need to know these foods. Because, sometimes the right food choice isn't just healthy, it's literally life-saving. Let me tell you about Janet, a 54-year-old teacher who thought she was doing everything right. She ate salads every day, chose heart-healthy whole grains, and snacked on bananas for potassium. Her doctor had told her years earlier that potassium was good for her blood pressure. What Janet didn't know was that her kidneys had been slowly declining for months. Her creatinine was creeping up, her GFR was dropping, but she felt fine. She had energy, no obvious symptoms, no reason to worry. Then, one Tuesday morning, Janet woke up feeling weak. By lunch, she was dizzy. By dinner, her heart was beating irregularly. She drove herself to the emergency room, thinking she might be having a heart attack. The ER doctor's words changed her life forever. "Mrs. Peterson, your potassium level is 6.2. That's dangerously high. Your heart could stop at any moment. We need to get you on dialysis immediately." Janet's healthy diet had nearly killed her. The bananas, spinach salads, and whole grain bread she thought were protecting her health were actually flooding her failing kidneys with more potassium than they could handle. Potassium might seem harmless. After all, doctors often tell people to eat more potassium-rich foods. But for someone with kidney disease, even borderline kidney disease, potassium becomes a silent killer. When your kidneys begin to fail, they can no longer flush out excess potassium from your blood. What follows is something called hyperkalemia, dangerously high levels of potassium in your bloodstream. And it doesn't happen with warning bells and obvious symptoms. It creeps in quietly, like a thief in the night. As soon as potassium levels climb beyond 5.0 to 5.5 milliequivalents per liter, you're already in the danger zone. Healthy levels range from 3.5 to 5.0, but in chronic kidney disease, even a small spike can trigger terrifying symptoms. Sudden muscle weakness that makes it hard to get out of bed, unexplained fatigue that no amount of rest can fix, numbness in your hands and feet, nausea and vomiting, and worst of all, irregular heartbeats that can stop your heart in seconds without warning. What makes this even more terrifying is that hyperkalemia often gives no warning at all. You can feel completely normal one moment and be in life-threatening danger the next. U.S. medical data reveals a shocking truth. Nearly 40 to 50% of dialysis patients suffer from hyperkalemia at some point. Even more alarming, hospitalizations due to high potassium have jumped 28% in just 1 decade, especially among people with chronic kidney disease or heart problems. These aren't just statistics. These are real people, mothers, fathers, grandparents, whose lives were forever changed because no one taught them that their healthy foods were slowly killing their kidneys. As potassium rises in your blood, it starts disrupting your heart's electrical system, making every single heartbeat unstable and unpredictable. One mistake at the dinner table, one banana, one glass of orange juice, one serving of spinach, can literally send you to the emergency room. But the danger doesn't stop with your heart. As potassium builds up in your system, it accelerates kidney damage, driving your GFR lower, increasing creatinine, and completely throwing off your body's delicate chemical balance. It pushes patients faster toward dialysis, shutting down kidney function at an alarming pace. The most terrifying part? Many people don't even know it's happening until it's too late. Their first symptom of dangerously high potassium is often their last: cardiac arrest. This isn't just about following a diet. This is a fight for survival. If you have any level of kidney disease, understanding and controlling your potassium levels could mean the difference between living independently and spending the rest of your life tethered to a dialysis machine. Linda thought she understood low-potassium foods. Her nephrologist had given her a list, and she followed it religiously. She ate white rice, avoided bananas, and measured her portions carefully. What Linda didn't realize was that even low-potassium foods can become dangerous when you don't understand the hidden rules. She was eating the right foods, but making critical mistakes that were sabotaging her efforts. Low-potassium foods may sound simple, but the truth is far more complex and misunderstood than most kidney patients realize. When it comes to protecting your kidneys, especially in chronic kidney disease, knowing exactly what counts as low potassium could be the difference between stability and a medical emergency. According to the USDA and National Kidney Foundation, low-potassium foods are those that contain less than 200 milligrams of potassium per serving. But here's the critical detail most people miss. That serving size is usually half a cup for most foods, not the portions most people actually eat. Linda's mistake was assuming she could eat unlimited amounts of low-potassium foods. She would eat 2 cups of white rice at dinner, thinking it was safe because rice is low potassium. What she didn't realize was that 2 cups of rice contains over 100 milligrams of potassium. Not dangerous on its own, but when combined with all her other low-potassium foods throughout the day, it was pushing her levels into the danger zone. Portion control isn't just recommended for people with kidney disease. It's absolutely critical for survival. A food that seems perfectly safe in a small amount can quickly become dangerous if eaten in excess, pushing potassium levels past the safe limit and flooding your blood with toxins your kidneys can't remove. For kidney patients, potassium isn't just another nutritional consideration. It's a lab value that must be monitored closely and frequently. Lab tests showing potassium levels creeping above 5.0 milliequivalents per liter should set off alarm bells because kidneys in decline simply cannot flush it out like healthy ones can. Even foods labeled as low potassium can become harmful if multiple servings are consumed throughout the day without medical guidance. Some packaged foods marketed as healthy contain hidden potassium additives that don't show up clearly on nutrition labels but silently build up in your blood over time. Every bite counts when your kidneys are struggling. The difference between a safe meal and a dangerous one can be as small as 1 extra serving or 1 forgotten snack. For people with kidney disease, choosing low-potassium foods isn't just about eating healthy. It's about choosing survival, 1 careful meal at a time. Let me tell you about Marcus, a 61-year-old mechanic whose world turned upside down when his doctor delivered devastating news. His kidney function had dropped to 30%, and dialysis was looming in his near future. Marcus felt overwhelmed and hopeless. How could he possibly navigate the complex world of kidney-safe eating when it seemed like every food he enjoyed was now forbidden? His wife, Sarah, spent hours researching, trying to find meals that would nourish him without harming his struggling kidneys. That's when they discovered the power of strategically chosen low-potassium foods. These 10 foods became Marcus's lifeline, helping him stabilize his kidney function and avoid dialysis for over 3 years so far. Number 1. White rice. White rice became Marcus's go-to staple, and for good reason. 1 cup of cooked white rice contains only about 54 milligrams of potassium, making it fall safely within the low potassium threshold of under 200 milligrams per serving. For kidney patients struggling with chronic kidney disease, high creatinine, or declining GFR, this matters enormously because excess potassium can build up quickly and lead to life-threatening hyperkalemia. Marcus learned to prepare rice in a kidney-protective way, cooking it in extra water and draining it, which reduces any remaining potassium or sodium residue. He combined it with low-potassium vegetables and small amounts of safe protein, like egg whites, to create balanced, satisfying meals. Number 2. Plain pasta. When Sarah first heard that pasta could be kidney protective, she was skeptical. Wasn't pasta supposed to be unhealthy? But she quickly learned that plain pasta is actually one of the most overlooked yet powerful staples for kidney protection. With only 37 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams cooked, pasta sits safely under the 200 milligram limit per serving recommended for those with chronic kidney disease. This low potassium load puts significantly less pressure on damaged kidneys, helping to stabilize creatinine levels, protect GFR, and reduce the risk of dialysis progression. Number 3. White bread. The revelation that white bread could be kidney protective surprised Marcus and Sarah. After years of being told that whole wheat was healthier, learning that white bread was actually the safer choice for kidney patients was eye-opening. White bread contains just 37 milligrams of potassium per slice, significantly lower than whole wheat bread, which can contain 70 to 130 milligrams or more depending on the brand. For someone with reduced GFR, even one slice of the wrong bread can contribute to subtle potassium buildup, raising the risk of hyperkalemia and worsening creatinine levels. Number 4. Egg whites. Dr. Michael Rodriguez, Marcus's nephrologist, called egg whites liquid gold for kidney patients, and Marcus soon understood why. 1 large egg white contains only 54 milligrams of potassium, no fat, and 3.6 grams of high-quality protein, all while being virtually phosphorus-free. This was a dramatic contrast to whole eggs, which contain 86 milligrams of phosphorus and nearly 63 milligrams of potassium per egg. For patients struggling with muscle loss, high creatinine, or poor protein levels, egg whites provided the perfect solution. Number 5. Corn flakes. When Marcus was struggling to find a safe breakfast cereal, corn flakes emerged as an unexpected solution. A 1-cup serving contains only 20 to 30 milligrams of potassium and minimal phosphorus, making it significantly safer than brand-based cereals, which can contain over 200 milligrams of potassium per cup. For patients with estimated glomerular filtration rate, or eGFR, dropping below 60, keeping potassium levels between 3.5 to 5.0 millimoles per liter is critical to avoiding muscle weakness, heart irregularities, and rising creatinine. Number 6. Unsalted popcorn. Finding safe snacks was one of Marcus's biggest challenges until he rediscovered popcorn. Air-popped, Unsalted popcorn contains just 26 milligrams of potassium per cup, no phosphorus additives, and less than 1 milligram of sodium, making it safer than most commercial snack foods. For chronic kidney disease patients dealing with fluid retention or elevated creatinine, controlling sodium and potassium intake is critical to prevent pushing the kidneys toward failure. A safe portion of 3 cups of air-popped popcorn provided a satisfying snack without the dangerous additives found in processed alternatives. Number 7. Plain bagels. Plain bagels initially seemed like an indulgence Marcus would have to give up, but they actually became a smart addition to his kidney-safe diet. A standard plain white bagel contains about 80 to 120 milligrams of potassium, depending on size and brand, but significantly less than multigrain or seeded versions, which can reach 200 to 300 milligrams. For patients with elevated creatinine or GFR under 60, every milligram of potassium matters in preventing hyperkalemia and the muscle breakdown that can accompany it. Plain bagels also contain minimal phosphorus, especially when free of additives. Number 8. Tapioca. Tapioca became one of Marcus's most valuable discoveries. With just 1 milligram of potassium per tablespoon of cooked pearls, tapioca offers an astonishingly low potassium level compared to other starches like oatmeal or cream of wheat. This makes tapioca a hidden gem for patients managing chronic kidney disease, low glomerular filtration rates, and trying to prevent potassium overload. It's also completely free from phosphorus and sodium, so it doesn't burden already compromised kidneys. Number 9. Arrowroot. Arrowroot, not to be confused with tapioca, became another valuable addition to Marcus's arsenal. With only 11 milligrams of potassium per tablespoon, it's safer than most thickening agents and serves as an excellent substitute for cornstarch in cooking. Arrowroot is naturally gluten-free, phosphorus-free, and easily digested, making it ideal for patients experiencing poor appetite, bloating, or digestive issues caused by kidney decline. It helped Marcus maintain calorie intake without raising serum potassium or creatinine levels. Number 10. Cornstarch porridge. Cornstarch porridge might not sound exciting, but for Marcus, it became a secret weapon in his fight against dialysis. Cooked cornstarch contains only 3 milligrams of potassium per tablespoon, meaning he could enjoy a full half-cup serving and still stay safely below daily potassium limits. It's also completely free from phosphorus and sodium, unlike many commercial foods that hide these minerals in additives. For patients dealing with rising creatinine, elevated urea levels, or falling GFR, even small daily exposures to potassium and phosphorus can accumulate into serious damage. 3 years after his diagnosis, Marcus's kidney function has remained stable, and he's successfully avoided dialysis. But his success didn't happen by accident. It happened because he and Sarah learned the critical rules that most kidney patients never discover until it's too late. Rule number 1. Portion control is non-negotiable. Even foods with as little as 35 milligrams of potassium per serving can become dangerous if portions are ignored. Marcus learned to measure everything, understanding that his serum potassium level must stay below 5.0 milliequivalents per liter. Exceeding this puts patients at high risk of life-threatening hyperkalemia. Rule number 2. Lab monitoring is your lifeline. Marcus checks his potassium levels and glomerular filtration rate regularly. When GFR falls below 60, kidneys struggle to filter potassium effectively, dramatically shrinking the safety window. These lab numbers aren't just statistics, they're life-saving warnings that guide every food choice. Rule number 3. Meal timing matters. Spacing meals every 3 to 4 hours prevents overwhelming the kidneys with sudden potassium spikes. This steady approach helps struggling kidneys manage their workload more effectively. Rule number 4. Hydration must be balanced. Proper hydration helps flush excess potassium, but must be carefully balanced because too much fluid can worsen swelling and elevate blood pressure, accelerating kidney damage. Marcus follows his doctor's specific fluid recommendations based on his current kidney function. While Marcus was learning about safe foods, he was shocked to discover how many healthy foods were actually pushing him toward dialysis. These hidden potassium traps lurk in everyday foods, ready to silently raise potassium levels to dangerous heights. Bananas. With about 422 milligrams of potassium per medium fruit, eating even one can significantly raise potassium levels in someone with compromised kidneys. Potatoes. A single medium baked potato packs roughly 926 milligrams of potassium, a staggering amount for someone with chronic kidney disease. Tomato products, sauces and juices often contain over 400 milligrams per half cup, which can silently escalate potassium levels. Avocados. Half an avocado contains around 485 milligrams of potassium and can disrupt the delicate balance rapidly. Dried fruits, raisins and apricots contain concentrated potassium, with a quarter cup containing over 500 milligrams. Dark leafy greens, spinach and other greens can contain upwards of 540 milligrams per cooked cup, making them dangerous for kidney patients despite their reputation as health foods. Salt substitutes. Many contain potassium chloride and can push levels dangerously high, while people think they're making a healthy choice. Marcus learned that vigilance is key. These common foods can silently damage kidneys by pushing potassium levels into dangerous territory, increasing risks of kidney failure, cardiac events, and dialysis dependency. Marcus's transformation didn't happen overnight, but it started with a single decision to take control of his kidney health through informed food choices. Today, 3 years later, he's living proof that the right foods can help you avoid dialysis and maintain your independence. Your kidneys are fighters, but they need your help. These 10 low-potassium foods aren't just safe. They're powerful allies in protecting your kidney function and keeping you off dialysis machines. Whether it's the steady energy from white rice, the protein power of egg whites, or the safe satisfaction of plain pasta, even small changes to your plate can lead to dramatic improvements in your health. But remember, eating right is only part of the equation. Regular potassium testing, GFR monitoring, and working closely with your healthcare team are essential for staying ahead of complications. Your action steps. First, choose at least 3 of these 10 foods and start incorporating them safely into your meals. Second, space your meals every 3 to 4 hours to prevent potassium spikes. Third, control your portions religiously. Measure everything. Fourth, stay hydrated according to your doctor's recommendations. And fifth, monitor your lab results closely and adjust accordingly. The stakes are real. This isn't just about following dietary guidelines or eating healthier. This is about maintaining your independence, protecting your quality of life, and potentially saving your life. Every food choice you make is either supporting your kidney function or sabotaging it. Marcus chose to fight for his kidneys, and today he's winning that fight. His creatinine has stabilized, his GFR has remained steady, and most importantly, he's avoided the dialysis that once seemed inevitable. You have the same power. You have the same choice. The question is, what will you decide? Your kidneys have been working faithfully for you every second of every day, filtering your blood, maintaining your body's delicate balance, and keeping you alive. They've earned your care, your attention, and your commitment to making choices that honor their incredible service. The foods on this list aren't just ingredients, they're tools for survival, weapons in your fight against kidney failure, and stepping stones toward a future where dialysis remains just a distant possibility rather than an inevitable reality. Don't wait until the damage is irreversible. Don't ignore the warning signs until it's too late. Start today with your very next meal and begin giving your kidneys the support they desperately need and absolutely deserve. Your future self, the one who remains independent, energetic, and free from dialysis machines, is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let them